Hello everyone, in this video we'll study about few topics like nominal real GDP. Out of these two, which is better, GDP deflator and national income at current and constant prices. Now we have already studied the term GDP, which stands for gross domestic product, and when we use the technical definition, which means when you add the prices of all the goods and services being produced within your domestic territory is known as GDP. But when I add the word says nominal, which means I am measuring GDP at current year price level. Current year means like any year for which I need to calculate GDP. राइट सो उस साल के जो भी प्राइस लेवल है उस प्राइस लेवल को लेकर अगर इफ आई काउंट माय जीडीपी आई विल गेट नॉमिनल जीडीपी. हाउ डू आई फाइंड इट आउट? दैट इज जितनी भी क्वांटिटी प्रोड्यूस हो रही है मल्टीप्लाई इट विद द प्राइस लेवल, यू विल गेट एंड यू विल रीच एट नॉमिनल जीडीपी. द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज this GDP can be increased due to two things. One, there is actual rise in GDP, there is actual rise in the quantity, and there may be possible there is rise in the price level. Now, when there is rise in the quantity, it's good for the economy. That yes, which means your economy is growing. Economy में transactions हो रहे हैं, production हो रहा है. So it's good for the country. However, when your nominal GDP increases due to rise in the price level, that reflects only the monetary increase. That does not mean that your GDP is actually rising. Now, let's see this table as well. The economy is producing three commodities: wheat, cloth, and sugar. You can observe that the quantities being produced in 2011 and 12 is exactly same like 2018 and 19. However, the price level has changed. Now, whosoever will look for the values, so GDP in 11 and 12 is 5,000 and in this it's 30,000. So what will you say? That भाई GDP increase हो गई है हमारी country में, but that is not true. प्रोडक्शन तो हुआ ही नहीं है, प्रोडक्शन इज सेम. जितनी क्वांटिटी आप 11-12 में प्रोड्यूस कर रहे थे उतनी आप अभी प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं. So the actual rise is in the price level, right? So that does not reflect the true indicator. This is nominal GDP when you measure GDP at the current year price level. Now, the next is your real GDP. Real means when you measure at constant prices. Now, what are the constant prices? There is one particular year, this is known as base year, which you take it as for comparison purpose, and you believe that prices in that particular year are within their normal range. That year is free from fluctuations, there should not be any natural calamity, and then you select the year. As of now, it is 2011 and 12. So you compare the price level, keep the prices same, and then check कि क्या वाकई में quantity में increase हुआ है. So you can observe that yes, quantity has increased, and with the rise in quantity, you can say that your GDP has also increased. That is the true reflector of economic growth. So overall, you can say that when you measure GDP at constant prices, and that is known as base year prices, you get real GDP because prices are constant. Out of these two, we are comparing the nominal and real GDP, and out of these two, real GDP is a good indicator of economic growth because it tells you that this is the actual amount of production has happened in your economy, in your country. So the next term comes as national income at current prices. Again, when you hear the word current prices, which means कि हम बात कर रहे हैं nominal income की. Nominal income, nominal GDP, which means कि आपकी जो current year के prices हैं, जिस साल के prices है, अगर आप उस साल के prices पे you'll measure the prices of the commodities being produced, You get it as national income at current prices or nominal GDP. And you can see this is not a good measure of welfare. क्यों? क्योंकि वो price level reflect कर रहा है. That is not good. हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि इकोनॉमी में प्रोडक्शन हुआ है. Similarly, national income at constant prices, which means you are measuring at base year prices, also known as real GDP, and it's a good measure. So whenever you hear the term current, which means current year prices, or nominal GDP, constant prices sunenge, so base year prices, also known as real GDP. And out of these two, real GDP is a better measure of welfare for the people. Now, because you can see that nominal GDP reflects the rise in the price level. So we need to nullify, we need to see the actual rise in the price level, that is known as GDP deflator, given by the formula nominal upon real into 100. And GDP is also known as price index, which you have done in class 11, index numbers. So it shows that that change in GDP due to change in price level. So in this video, we have seen that what is the nominal and real GDP, and out of these two, which is better, and how we can rectify or nullify the impact of rise in the price level on GDP.